This is Pat Soundbites Unplugged, the podcast where all the artists go to tell it as it is. Careers, music, tours, and more. And here's your host, the man that refuses to eat squid, Pat Calamari.
Hey, Pat Calamari here, the host of Pat Soundbites Unplugged. It is Tuesday, January 21st, 2020. I normally do this on Monday, and I couldn't just get the time to do the Music News Madness Monday, so I'm catching up and doing it today on Tuesday. And hope everybody had a good weekend. Sad to report, the first thing to share with you just happened, I guess, maybe a half hour ago or so. Ozzy Osbourne on the TV show Good Morning America had announced that he has a mild form of Parkinson's disease. Ozzy, with his wife Sharon along by his side, was on a TV show. Has a mild form and found out about it after suffering a fall last February, that ATV accident. Now, Sharon says it's not a death sentence, but it affects certain nerves in your body. You have a good day, then you have a real bad day, as she says. Ozzy added it was hard to tell whether the numbness symptoms he had were from Parkinson's or the ATV fall. He did say it's been terribly challenging for us all. I did my last show New Year's Eve on the 28th, and I had a bad fall. I've had to have surgery on my neck, which screws all of my nerves. He said he was now on medication for Parkinson's and nerve pain following his surgery he had after the fall. Rumors have been circulating about his health. Ozzy says, I'm no good with secrets. I cannot walk around with it anymore because it causes it like I'm running out of excuses, He added that he was grateful to his fans. They're my air, I feel better. I'm own up to the fact that I have a case of Parkinson's, and I just hope they hang on, and they're there for me because I need them. It was his son Jack and daughter Kelly who first realized that something wasn't right with their dad. The hardest thing is watching somebody you love suffer. Around 1 in 500 people are affected by Parkinson's. The three main symptoms are involuntary shaking, slow movement, and stiff and inflexible muscles. A person with Parkinson's can also experience a wide range of other physical and psychological symptoms like depression and anxiety and balance problems and loss of sense of smell, problems sleeping, memory problems. Although there's currently no cure, treatment, including medication and therapy, can help reduce the main symptoms. With advances in treatment, most people with Parkinson's now have a normal or near normal life expectancy. So Ozzy says his health was improving. I'm a lot better than I was last February. I was in a shocking state. Sharon said the next step was to consult doctors outside the U.S. and explore other possibilities and possible treatments. We're kind of reached a point here in this country where we can't go any farther because we got all the answers we can get. So in April, we're going to a professional in Switzerland, and he deals with this, getting your immune system at its peak. Ozzy's been due to go back on the road in the UK with his No More Tours 2 in January 2019, but called it off. The show is due to his health. He then postponed all of his 2019 appearances following the fall. He is due back on stage in the U.S. With a tour that starts in Atlanta, Georgia on May the 27th before his rescheduled UK dates, which begin in October. So there you have it with that. There are many new treatments for Parkinson's, certainly thanks to the research and the great work of Michael J. Fox's Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research. So prayers for Ozzy. Got a new album out, Ordinary Man. I've been playing tracks on it. Keeping new music alive on the radio airways is what I do at WBXO. So let's hope the best for our man, Ozzy Osbourne. In other crazy news, with Aerosmith, I don't know what's going on with these guys. Drummer Joey Kramer is suing Aerosmith bandmates on the grounds that they are preventing him from performing with them. Now, this all stems from a shoulder injury, apparently, that Joey suffered last April. It was described at the time as minor, which caused him to miss just the last few dates of the first half of the Aerosmith Deuces Are Wild Las Vegas residency. His place in the band for those shows were taken by his drum tech, John Douglas. Now, according to the report, Kramer was required to audition earlier this month by drumming along with a click track to show he was able to play at an appropriate level, something no Aerosmith member has ever had to do after an illness. After listening to the tapes, the other band members determined that Joey did not have enough energy, in brackets, in the recordings. So, as a result, Joey will not be performing with the band in the near future. That includes the Music Cure's Person of the Year benefit concert this weekend. The Grammys telecast where Aerosmith is scheduled to perform Walk This Way would run DMC as part of what's believed to be a career-spanning set on January 26th, and the next leg of the group's Vegas residency, which begins on January 29th. It's to be noted that in addition to Joey being required to pay his replacement $10,000 a week for rehearsals and $20,000 a week for performances, Joey has experienced significant repercussions to his health from all the stress, which led to a hospital stay last November. He's hoping the lawsuit will return his place back in the band and prevent further harm to his wonderful career. Now, Aerosmith has not, the band, the other guys have not yet commented on the matter. But Joey just feels, these are once-in-a-lifetime performances. The Music Cure's Person of the Year, which is recognizing Aerosmith, and the fact to play at the Grammys. I mean, he's part of the band, the whole five of them. So, as the song says, he doesn't want to, don't want to miss a thing. He certainly doesn't want to miss a thing, but the band feels that he's not up to par. So, I don't know what's going on. But that's a little bit crazy, since over the years, almost every single one of the band members had some sort of issue going on. And in fairness to Joey, I guess nobody's ever had an audition. But as you know, three sides of every story, I'm just reporting what I'm reading and hearing about. That's like breaking news all over the place. Other news, the stadium tour. Well, reportedly, Vince Neil is working out every day. According to his bandmate Nikki Sixx, he's working it. He's going to the gym. He's got a nutritionist. He's doing the best he can to get in shape for the Killer Stadium tour with Joan Jett, Poison, Def Leppard, and, of course, Motley Crue. 11 shows are already sold out. Charlotte, Arlington, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Hershey Park, Pittsburgh, Milwaukee, Detroit. The first show in Fenway, they added a second show. Wrigley Field, Coors Field in Denver, and T-Mobile Park in Seattle, Washington. I'm still waiting for them to put a few more shows up, since they know now that they are selling stadiums out, which, as I said in the beginning, I found that quite surprising. And I got to say, tickets are not cheap. Nosebleed is $98 at Citi Field in New York City, plus fees. So you're looking like $120. So you're looking at $250, $260 for a pair in the nosebleeds. VIP, well, to meet Motley Crue is $4,500. To meet Def Leppard is $2,500. To meet Poison is $800. To meet Joan Jett, I have no idea. Maybe a hug, a kiss, and a CD. But with those prices and the quick picture of those meet and greets, you are getting probably the best seats in the house, somewhere between the first 5 or 10 rows. And a laminate and a poster and whatever they give you. other shows that are popping up, tours for this year, for this summer. My good friends Collective Soul are popping up in February up here in the Northeast, starting out in New Jersey, I want to say. Cheap Trick starting up here in February in New York. Then they're going on tour, the North American Summer Tour with Rod Stewart that starts in July. Foreigner has announced they're going on tour with Kansas and Europe. You got the Black Crowes, which is a big story, was a big story earlier last year. Steely Dan going on tour with Steve Winwood. Rick Springfield joining Chicago. Journey with the Pretenders. And I'm sure there's a lot more. I'm excited. I'm still waiting on my man Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick. I will share that interview with you once that is done. It was scheduled for today, but it had been pushed back. I have this Thursday Joe Elliott of Def Leppard. I have blues rocker Eric Gales. I got coming up in a week, next week, the following week, I got Dean Casanova of the Dead Daisies and of Revolution Saints. So I got things going on. And don't forget, you can listen to me on Sundays. Who's the guy that everybody calls? They call me because I'm keeping new music alive on the radio airways. I hope you enjoy what I'm doing. Keep sharing, keep listening. I really appreciate it. The podcast downloads have doubled in 2 months' time easily from all over the world. I appreciate it. Pat Soundbites Unplugged. There's nothing like it. Listen to me on Sundays at WBXO from 5 to 8 from New York, Eastern Standard Time. Always mixing new music. Check out that album from Asphalt Valentine. Great album. Check out Shadow and the Thrill. Asphalt Valentine is Twisted Road. Shadow and the Thrill is Sugar Bowl. There's so much great music out there. Keep listening to me. Sons of Apollo, MMXX or 2020. My interview with Jeff Scott Soto was great. Revolution Saints, new album out called Rise. I'm going to talk to Dean about that. A lot of stuff just going on, so please keep listening. And as I always say, live, love, and laugh a lot because life is way too short. I will talk to you soon once we're done with a few interviews and keep the podcast going. Stay safe.